Hello, y'all. I hope everybody's doing well. I wasn't planning on making another video today, but I wanted to show you something. Take a look at this right here. And right here. To me, it looks to me like the bots got turned on. This is super choppy. And there is a direction the price is going. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see the price move up now. So let's take a look at the last times it was choppy. You could argue that this is choppy, but this looks choppy-ish. But I'm mostly looking at the fact that they've been used a lot more to move the price down. Here's some more. Price is moving down. This is a natural recovery. Look at how choppy this whole section is. Just chop, 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 chop all the way through. And a natural recovery. This looks a bit choppy in here. So maybe it's trying to slow it down. But this is chomping away, chomping away. You could argue that this is up here. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I am under the impression that we are out of the weeds. Knocking on wood here. Sorry if I have spirulina in my teeth, y'all. That is what I eat. I eat spirulina. That's the only thing I eat, by the way. So, but it doesn't stain your teeth. It just gets stuck to your teeth, and then you have to have delicious apple juice inside of a wine glass to make it all go away. So, and also, by the way, y'all, this is the end of the 24-hour period. How much time do we have left? Like an hour? 2 hours, 15 minutes. Y'all, 2 hours, 15 minutes until the late night officially starts. And to be honest with you, I think that we're going to go, not financial advice, obviously, but I think that we're going up. I think that we're going to go find this, this one right here. We're going to find it and we're going to jump on top of it. And then I think that we possibly might even find this one right here. But ultimately, we have to start making some moves. We have to start making moves like here. Like we need one of these right here. So we've got to make a, let's just measure the, we'll make two lines. We'll make this one and we'll also make this one right here. Hello. So this is steep and this is not so steep. And we can make this and this a different color. Did I just change? I want this to be okay. Let's make these green. Okay. I want that to be white. So, that's what I think is going to happen. I think we're out of the weeds, and we're done in the 15-minute. I think we're done. Okay, let's look at the 1 hour. So the 1 hour still shows that we still have time left inside of here, but let's take a look at the 1 hour and yeah, okay, so it's not an exact science, this Elliott wave. And we've already tested the bottom, and each time we have tested the bottom, here's where I got in right here. There's where that one guy got. I'm still not letting that go. So we've tested it again. So 1, 2, 3, and then the number of times that we've come above the above the test is 1, 2, 3. So and the last being, you know, just an hour, 15:30, so an hour and a half ago. And it's looking, this is a bullish divergence. It's looking like bullish. Here we go, exaggerated right here. You can't see that. Well, you'll have to take my word for it. And there it is right there. There. So, yeah. I'm just excited, y'all. I think that we're out of the woods, and we're just gonna knock on wood. So, are y'all ready? It seems like this next week is going to be diabolical. Okay, let's take a look at the USDT dominance. We're on the 1 minute. Let's go to the 15-minute. So dominance is dumping. That means that money is moving out of Tether and into crypto. Or into coins. Out of Tether and possibly other stable coins into actual coins like XRP. Taking a look at the money flow on the 15-minute, it's still, wow. I don't know if you heard that bang, but it was most likely a firework, like big firework cannon thing. It didn't exactly sound like a gun. Okay, so money flow needs to pick up in the next couple of hours for this to be confirmed. But we've gotten this bullish divergence on a 15-minute, and that was the last time we had a bullish divergence on the 15-minute. That was a regular divergence. That was when it was really bad. That was this morning. So, exaggerated divergence. It looks like money is green, like we're in the green right here. So, that's good, because the last time it was, where was this divergence right here? We were in the red and we went back into the red, and now we're finally going into the green on the 15-minute. And I like trading, not trading, I like looking at the 15-minute. Let's look at the hourly. Hourly. On the hourly, we already went over this. On the hourly, we have 2 runs, 2 bull runs, 2 rallies. We have this 1, 2, 3, 1, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. So this was the end of that rally right here. So from here to here. And before this rally, we were in the red, but we were not in a rally. So we were just, you know, inside of the red and the green and the red and the green. Nothing too serious going on. And then we rallied. Look at how crazy money flow went. Okay. And now it went A, B, C. Man, this would have been a difficult. Okay, A, B, C. This would have been such a difficult one to get in on. Oh, this is the hourly. Hello. I was going to say, I had to have gotten a better entry on this Elliott wave. Five, A, B, C, but then it dumps down. So A and C are at the same level. Anyways, rally number 2 happens. We're going to look back at the 1 hour. Rally number 2 happens, and we are thick. We're thick in the green. Rally number 2 happens, and that's the one that I got on. I lost money on this one. I made money on this one. And we are looking at $18,754 value so far, and we have not even taken off yet. If I were to, I think I did the calculation. Our target is $4.20. Clone. Okay, so that's 23. Let's call that. We'll call that 25. I made it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to clone that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think it's 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, it's 13. Okay, so 13. Obviously. Oh, did I do this already? Oh, so it was at a different. Okay. Well, let's just do this. 13 times 2,500 is 32. So 32,000 plus the original, like that's the profit on top. So plus 19. So plus 19. Okay. And if I did this thing earlier, not today, but I did it on my own, and I was like, this bull run, if everything is done properly, then it could be $14 million. That's what this was over here. 14,745,600 dollars. So yeah, because I'm doubling down. I'm compounding. So I do that with a total investment of 18,000, and then I get this number, 28,000 in profit. So then I add the 50, it's like 50,000 or whatever, but I multiply that profit into the next diabolical rally. So from here to there is a total of 51,000. From here to there is 230,400. From here to $7.30 is 1.8 million. Okay. And then this is where the black swan happens at $9.60. $9.60 is 14,740,000. So from here to here, it's possible. If I'm not mistaken, I could be totally wrong, but if I'm taking that and I'm doing like the same exact thing that I'm doing right now, it's just a larger amount of money, then it should be, those numbers should be correct. So all that needs to happen is that I've got to just play the game properly. So the lack of sleep during this season is, well, some could say I've been training for this my whole life because I am quite the night owl. But yeah, I feel like that's totally possible. And I'm keeping in mind not all, but I'm keeping in mind that this is, for example, this right here, the astrological significance of August 11th, that we're going to be having a euphoric, a feeling of euphoria, and whatever happens in the world is going to be amplified, even if it's bad. Euphoria works in both ways. So I say that I'm just mentioning that because I'm trying to analyze this from a astrological perspective as well as what everybody else is doing, which is in the news. So definitely paying attention to the Genius Act and the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act and the Clarity Act, and what those are and what those will bring in with cryptocurrency and what the possible scenarios can be. And then I'm also looking at the astrological alignments, because those those play significant roles in the world at large. So definitely paying attention to that, because there is a large possibility that something may or may not be happening. So just keep that in mind, because what I've saw happen, this is my first bull run, by the way. I'm not a seasoned veteran or anything. What I've seen a friend do is feel the euphoria, like this August 11th, and then cryptos came crashing all the way down to nothing. And he was like, I'm never letting go of my chain link, and I'm never letting go of any of that. And looking at this from a trader's perspective, I can clean this up, you guys. We don't need this anymore. Looking at this from a trader's perspective, I'm thinking that it's best to not be married to the coin. To get in, to get out, to get in, to get out, like in, out. But the idea is to take your profits. Even if you're compounding, the idea is still to take your profits, because you don't want to be left in the weeds with all of this value that you were once holding. I'm sure the euphoric feeling of having all of this wealth in your arms and in your portfolio, and when you open your phone, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm rich, oh my gosh. So like, I'm sure that is so exciting, right? I mean, just this past week being able to say, oh my gosh, 4,000 is now almost $20,000. That's super fun. But imagine watching that go back down to $2,000, you know? So that's partly the reason why I don't really want to diversify too much in the crypto areas instead of the alt scene. Maybe what I will do is take a couple of $1,000s and just put it into a few, or like some moonshot coins and things like that, and just let it happen. Whatever happen, and then just pull out once I see enough return, like, and then consolidate the money back into RLUSD or something. But just make sure to pull out before August 11th, and that's kind of what I'm planning on doing anyways. That's not financial advice or anything, but I'm planning on doing what I can to maximize profit, and then as soon as I see a bearish divergence, like this 2 week, like this, oh, it was on the weekly, 6 day, where is it showing up? 5 day, 4 day, it was on the daily? Oh, okay. As soon as I see a bearish divergence here, like if we still pump like crazy, and this would have to, well, it would just be a little bit bigger. Where's the, oh, it's over here. So this would probably be something like this. But so we get to here, and then another, and then maybe there's a bit of a pullback, or maybe we overshoot it and we pull back to here, and then from here to here we basically get to August 11th. By the time we get there, if there's this bearish divergence, then I'm looking for a short position, because while everybody's bags are being deflated in value, I'm going to be shorting the living, like I'll be shorting everything out of this move right here, because the shorts happen faster than, when is this? 2024. No. Let's look at a different XRP US dollar Binance. Okay. Gosh, imagine that. 1 penny. So it pops off and it comes down. Pops off Well, the shorts just wick down. They just happen instantaneously. Like this one right here. So I'll be looking for that anyways. Looking for the short opportunity, because to me, that's where it's going to be made up. Imagine being able to get into a long at, well, imagine being able to get into a long at 60 cents. Okay. Imagine getting up to this $4.40 mark right here, and having missed out on where we are right now because $3.40 is too expensive and you're hoping for it to come back down to 2, and instead it goes up to 5.60, and then it goes up to 7.30, and then it goes up to 9.60, and you're like, man, I wish I had gotten in at $4, and then all of a sudden it just flash crashes to $4, and then it shoots back up, and then you're going to November from there, and it could be, you know, 50, 100, something like that dollars. And then imagine after that it flash crashes down to 70 cents, and then we either recover really quickly to $20, something like that, like it's at 50 or 100 and it flash crashes down to nothing, and then it comes right back up, and then we just stay here, and then as soon as we hit February of next year, there's January, and then February. Do I have a thing? No. February. It's February 13th. So this date right here, from here, it just shoots off. And it's just, you know, everything is tiny compared to where it's at. It's like at $1,000 or something like that. Way up here. So something like that is entirely possible. After all, y'all, this is not the stock market. This is not the stock market. This is crypto. And in crypto, they are going to take everyone's money away that they can possibly take away. The idea is not to make you wealthy. The idea is to make them wealthy, and for you to lose your money so that there's no middle class. That's what they're trying to do. They say they're trying to provide financial prosperity and freedom and all of that, but with the way their bots are working and with how they're doing stuff behind the scenes, and oh, you know, we thought that the government was holding 200,000 of Bitcoin, but no, they're actually holding 20,000. Man, this is really setting us behind. Like, they're doing stuff. They're planning on doing things to make themselves wealthy, and it's funny we're calling this wealth. Like, this is cryptocurrency, like, and it's not even currency yet. We can't even call it anything. It's crypto, and people are tying value to it, and it's just it's like silly that there's value to it and everything. But that's the world that we live in, and the fiat system is dying. And this is the next best substitute. The only thing that is awesome about crypto is that there's a finite number of these. You can't mint more XRP, which is why it's going up in value. Same thing with Bitcoin. You can mint more RLUSD, and they are being transparent about their books and everything, and their holdings, so that's great. But there's going to be stable coins, like sketchy stable coins like Tether and Bank of America. I'm sure if Bank of America doesn't die, they'll have their own stable coin, and they'll say, oh yeah. Or there will be others. I'm sure that there's going to be some forced audit thing, but it's also like a back scratching situation, and they'll say, oh yeah, well, don't audit us, you know, or say that we, or look at how the government works. Nobody's audited the Fed. Nobody's audited, you know, the other institutions within the government. They're all making themselves wealthy, and they're going to continue to do so. The only thing that crypto allows them to do is to make themselves wealthy without any type of consequence or regulation, which is why the stock market is like insider trading. There won't be any insider trading like thing anymore. Like you can't get in trouble for insider trading because crypto, like they will have regulations, but it's not now. There's nothing yet, and it's probably going to take some time before then. And in the next year and a half, 2 years, 3 years before regulation gets passed, before the end of Trump's term, they're going to have made themselves, like they're making themselves right now. They're making themselves like a royal king class, like a royal class of people. That's what's going on, and they're draining the wealth out of the middle class. Anybody and everybody who has money to put into crypto is going to be doing it and doing it right now, and going to be doing it as it keeps moving up. What do you think is going to happen when this happens? When it crashes back to $4, people are going to be like, "Oh man, I'm getting out. I'm getting out all the way down here. I'm getting out." Some people will hold on, and then, but most people are going to get out because most people are like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I ever believed in this stuff or whatever," and then it skyrockets in value. And the people who held on are going to be getting out on the way up. And as soon as it flash crashes, they're going to be getting out all the way down. And then when it comes down to below, like all these numbers over here, when it comes down to nothing, and it's 80 cents, 70 cents, then people are going to, like, there's just not going to be anybody. Especially when they crash it down so fast, and like people are demoralized. Like very few people are actually going to want to get into it, and most crypto traders are in leveraged positions like myself. And so we're not in the, like most people, like it says to me, it says liquid at 297. So at 297 right here is where I would be liquid if I just didn't have a stop loss. There's a lot of people that don't use stop losses, like, and then there's a lot of people who revenge trade, which is what I did, and how I lost the other, you know, $4,000. So people are going to have bad trades all the way down, and people aren't going to believe this is going up. Then it's probably not going to go down and go flat. It's probably going to go down and bounce back up and go down and then stay down, go back up, then stay down, and then it goes back up, and it just boom, takes off. And when it takes off, it's going to do what it's been doing in these consolidation periods, like this one right here. If we go to the hourly, look at how we got the buy. This is like, pretend that's 80 cents or 70 cents. This is the buy opportunity, and it goes up, boom. And let's pretend this is, instead of, this is like $1.50 or $2 or something. And then all of a sudden it goes boom, and it comes back down, right back down to the exact number it was before. And then it goes back up, and it starts looking like it's, you know, doing something, and boom, it goes down again. And then it comes up, and then it goes down again, and then it goes up, down again. And during this period, most people are going to think that it's flatlined, and then all of a sudden it's just going to go up, and it's just going to take off before people can get in on it. So, yeah, that's the idea. I'm just thinking that's what's going to happen, because I just feel like they're not going to want you to have crypto. They're not going to want you to have money. Think about it this way. It's like dollars. it's not like gold, mining gold out of a river or something. It's like being able to buy dollars. And instead of buying dollars, like you can buy this new currency, right? Like there's talk about like the rainbow currency for the United States or whatever. Like, so you can buy these currencies for like 10% of the of its potential value, or a fraction of its potential value. And you're like, wow, man, anybody never can buy these dollars. And you're watching these dollars like go up in value, and you're like, dang, this is awesome. I'm going to be making some money on it. And then it drops down in value, just the same as all this stuff that's happening with XRP. They're doing the same thing. Like this is the new currency. This is, even though it's like the fiat system is just dead. So this is it. There has to be like, there are other options. Gold and silver is really what I'm planning on putting a lot of my money into. When this is all said and done, I'm planning on putting a bunch of money into gold and silver, because with what can happen here, and as much market manipulation that can take place during this period of time, do you want to have a currency that can be manipulated this much? Of course you do, when it's like this, up in the hundreds, and you bought it for pennies. Of course you do. But you certainly don't when you bought it for hundreds and it's worth pennies. So what in the world has a stable value? And that's always been gold and silver. So gold and silver is where I'm going to be putting a lot of money into. And other assets, like land, real estate, houses, real estate, and then also cars. Like cars have gone up in value. Like if you invested in cars or gold, you would be doing better in cars. I'm actually serious about that. The value of like a Porsche Carrera GT was like $500,000 like in 2019, and now it's $2.5 million today. So I think that cars are going to be a good thing. And yeah, as long as you don't like drive them like crazy, you know, and you keep them like they're an asset, then yeah, they'll retain value, definitely. But I'll definitely have crypto for sure, and stable coins for sure. And I'm going to start my own crypto company. And I've been sitting on the sidelines waiting to do that for the longest time. And as soon as this happens, I'll be ready to start my own company. Like as soon as it goes from here to here, I'll be ready. But I might as well wait until 2026. Because at this point, once it goes parabolic or hyperbolic or whatever, it's just kind of like you've got to be here. You have to see that with your own eyes. I just want to see it with my own eyes in the way that I'm living right now, you know, which is I'm home, I'm doing my thing, I work from my computer and everything. Like if I'm starting a new company and I have people and I'm constantly in meetings and stuff like that, that's going to be different. I'd like to be able to just kind of be like, whoa, holy. So, but yeah, I mean, I'll probably start it regardless, and I'll just do meetings and stuff like that from home and do that from here. and just get it started, at least getting the programming and all of that done. But yeah, this is big news. This is big. This is huge. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this move, I don't know how many it's going to go down. If it's going to go down all 4, 1, 2, 3. If it's going to go down 3 or even 4, this move is going to be huge. Nobody's going to see it coming. A lot of people are going to get liquidated because that's the August 11th. That's the euphoria. And if there's a bearish divergence on the daily, it's going to be a big bearish divergence, and it's going to flash crash down to very low values, like $4 or $2 per XRP. And then after that, it'll bounce up. So like my sell orders, I'll probably have sell orders in at, at this range, like boom, 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 all the way through here. I'll have sell orders and buy orders. I'll just have lower, amounts, not like, my whole bag or whatever of buy orders. And I'll just, have my buy orders and kind of wait for some kind of, I'm sure there'll be some consolidation, and then it'll pop off. But yeah, that is going to be millions. That right there is going to be millions. If this right here is 50,000, and this right there is 230,000, and this right here is 1.8 million, and this right here is 14 million, and I'm able to capture, let's say, well, I would have to do 1/2 of each of the potentials. If I was, to say that I'm doing this trade perfectly, but if I don't do each trade perfectly, and I'm not trading the full bag, then it's going to be a lesser amount of money. But I'm planning on here, like once I get to here, I'm planning on that being the full target. And then from there, I'll start trading conservatively. But it's got to be tens of millions. That's the idea. Like, I want to be able to, like, take care of my families, even though they don't, want me around or whatever. I don't have the best relationship with them, but I still want to be able to, take care of them because, like my dad is not healthy, and my dad doesn't, my dad loves me. It's just that my siblings and my mom are not the biggest fans, but well, I just want to be able to make sure that they're taken care of, and they have a bigger house, and like all of my siblings could live in that house as well. Like there's a cabana house, a pool, an apartment above the garage, a main house with 3 bedrooms in the main house, 1 bedroom in the apartment, 1 bedroom in the cabana house, and then there's a barn, and the top level of the barn, they've been talking about converting that into a house because it's like huge, and so that potentially could be another house as well. So they would be totally set. And it's 14 acres and all that, but my family's not financially responsible, and so they don't have any money. And if I'm able to do something with my situation, I definitely want to be able to, like, they can take care of the property taxes and whatnot, but I just buy that house and then they could just keep it. That would put me at peace because my dad's sick, and he's got a bunch of debt, and I can't imagine what kind of stress he deals with, but yeah, you know, that's the life that he chose. And I pray that he's able to find some peace and relaxation through all of this. I mean, if you're able to look at this amount of money in your portfolio and you don't want to take care of your family, then you need to, even if your family's bad or mean to you or whatever, you need to take care of your people. And I know that your family is not your people. Like, I don't consider my family to be my people. It's just that I would feel much better knowing that they're safe, they've got a roof over their over their heads, and you know, it doesn't matter what they do. They can use that land to produce something, to grow some kind of crop, to totally go off grid and just do their own thing and not be a part of the system, or be a part of the system. Do whatever you want, but like, they would not have to make all that much money in order to have a very happy life. Simple, happy, and you know, that would go such a long ways. Maybe in 10 years, when you know, whatever it is that's separating you from your family, in 10 years, it's going to be so different. The climate's going to be so different. So they might be way more, you know, eager to have some kind of a relationship with you. But my family is not, it's not because of my life choices or decisions or anything. Like, they want to have a relationship with me. It's just that I know for my own safety that I should not, because there's too much abuse there. And so for my own safety, I chose to not, you know, I was like, nope. Even though they're very like inviting and stuff like that, not all the time, but a lot of times, it's just that if you are the one with this kind of a portfolio, then you've done something right. Even though, like, who am I to say, like, you've done something right? Like, what is this? Like, you're a crypto trader, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're the one who's able to make decisions, financial decisions that are life-changing. Life-changing to you, to other people around you, and you're able to do stuff to completely just change the whole dynamic altogether. And if they're unable to do that kind of stuff, then and you are the one who is, they're going to speak to you differently. They're not going to want to like belittle you or take advantage of you and demean you, and you know, just be hurtful in general. They're not going to want to. You know why? Because they're going to value you as a person, value the time, value your time. If they go back into the old ways of belittling or whatever, like, I've already made a decision that if I go back over there, like, I'm going to bring a friend or whatever who knows my situation, knows like my abuse and stuff like that, and just knows to sort of just pull me out of the scenario and be like, okay, you know, we're just gonna, like, let me just jump in here or whatever. I don't know, like, basically that's my own personal thing, but like, ultimately, if they go back into their old ways, then you can just remove yourself from the situation as politely and cordially as possible, and just disappear. And all of a sudden, all of that momentum that they had going on is diffused, and the allure of having this super wealthy person in their presence is just disappeared. Like all of it's disappeared all at once. And that's just the way life works. When people are super super wealthy, you treat them differently than when people are just any Joe Schmo from off the street. Whatever it is, that's just the way it is. When you're the one who is driving your moon Lambo, they're not going to throw you into the old ways. They're just not going to. And that's just the way life works. So you don't have to hold resentment. Furthermore, you can take care of them in some way or another. And if it means taking one of these, and maybe two, I don't know what their house is, but it's too expensive. But and you're able to help them out, then go for it. Especially if you know that like the situation at hand is not looking so good. Like I know that my dad is not going to have a retirement because he's going to go from working to not being alive. Unfortunately, that's the, life he chose. He's very overweight. He's obese. And so that's how it's going to be for him. And he's told me, I think I have like 5 years or something like that. And the last time that's happened, girlfriend of mine said that her dad told her that he had 10 years left, and he was right to the month. And my dad told me that in 2022. So yeah. So this has got to happen, soon, because like it's just got to happen. So anywho's, y'all, I just wanted to say all that to say that this might not be the best idea for me to just dump money straight into owning like a house for my family to live in, but I will say that I don't want to get involved with my family and invest money into businesses of theirs or anything like that and get into a day-to-day, relationship with them. I just want them to be safe and for my dad to be able to, rest, even though my dad's the one who is like the perpetuator of the abuse, but it's done, it's finished with and all that. Like, I'm not a child anymore, so it's fine. But like the thing that I'm looking at is home ownership in that regard. What you guys might look for, you guys might have a relationship with your siblings and they really want to do something and you're like, wow, yeah, all you need is $100,000. Then, let's put something together and you get involved with it and you be a part of it and, see it through. Not just throw $100,000 at the situation, but put in $100,000, get some experienced people and, and start a company with your sibling or something like that, and just be an advisor, just be the money person, but see it all the way through, and pay for your own advisor. Be like, okay, so I have all this money now. I need to. What I want to do is help my sibling get a company started. This is what that company is. And so I want to hire the right people. I want to fund it. So what do I need to do? And so you should have your own personal advisor for all of the different things that you're doing, including like buying real estate and diversifying, because there's people who are all in on all crypto, and I think that's wonderful and everything, but from my perspective, is I know that once regulation hits, once the laws pass, once everything happens, it's going to be like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and maybe Doge. I don't know if there's going to be any other coins, any other NFTs, any other anything. I think that like it's going to be like the whole crypto industry is just going to get wiped out. And also ADA, Cardano, and Solana, and Sui, and some other. Anyways, like, or XLM, but like just not every single one. And if you don't believe me, then like also understand that like 90% or 99% of all the cryptos that have ever been invented are dead now. Like, how many cryptos have ever been invented? How many cryptos are still in existence? And the number is way larger that have been invented. And they're all just these big giant rug pull after rug pull after rug pull. And I was a part of a rug pull. I lost $5,000 or $6,000 thinking that I was going to go to like $100,000 in a matter of days or months or whatever. And I learned my lesson. But yeah, so I think it's going to happen like that. There's going to be something that happens, but yeah, y'all, it's funny to look at this number right here when this number is what I have right here. But to be honest with you, I know that this number is within reach because I'm looking at how I can compound my investments and how possible it is. It's very possible if you do it right, and if you don't get greedy, and if you do your you do the moves properly. It's like 5 or 6 plays, like, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I don't know if this is going to be one move or if this is going to be another like 1, 2, 3, 4. But certainly by 5, I think that it would be at least 4. And at that point in time, I'd probably be playing with 2. I'll probably go up to here and get into, 2, 1.8, and then it comes down here, and I'm using like at least 1.2 of the 1.8, and it's in a short position, and then I have my buy orders set all through this region right here, and then it goes up again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it keeps trucking along. Y'all, this it seriously can be $14 million. That's such an easy number for me to consider happening within this period of time if it's done right. So pray, pray. Fast. Y'all, I've been fasting. I drink my apple juice and I have my spirulina. I stopped like taking almond milk, and I've been in this fasting state since July. And it's important to be spiritually connected, to have your angels, be able to connect with you, and to be able to listen to them, and to be in tune with them. Do what you need to do, but fasting your intuition is turned up to 11 when you're fasting. It's important to fast. There's a reason why Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights in the desert. There's a reason why Moses fasted for 40 days and 40 nights before he was able to come into the presence of God and have the 10 Commandments built for him twice. So, who else fasted? Isaiah, Elijah and Elisha, not Isaiah. Elijah and Elisha. Elijah fasted, I think it was for 3 weeks. It might have been for 40 days, 40 nights. I don't know. That's like a thing in the Bible. Elijah fasted, and an angel came to him in his fasting and told him to travel to some place. And Elijah was like, "What? How am I going to be able to do that?" And then the angel gave him where is Elijah? The angel gave him something to drink. Crazy. So, all I'm saying is that fasting really, really works. Isaiah, Kings, I don't know the books of the Bible, order of the books of the Bible. 2 Samuel. Okay. Well, y'all, it's in there. I don't have Elijah. Song of Solomon, Jeremiah. Did I not write it down? Ecclesiastes, Jeremiah. Jeremiah was a tough book. I might have to do this Bible in a year thing again because I'm not writing down all of the days, and that was a really interesting story to me. But yeah, so fasting, and I think that even though I'm not traditionally fasting, I am living in a fasted state. I don't consume anything until after like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes 3 o'clock, sometimes 2 o'clock if I just can't get through it, like can't get through the day kind of thing. But I just have my spirulina and apple juice right here and here. And then to start the day off, I have spirulina, apple juice, apple cider vinegar, water. Actually, this is apple juice, apple cider vinegar, water as well. But spirulina, apple juice, apple cider vinegar, water. And then I also have creatine, glutamine, and I also have lysine. I have lysine, creatine, glutamine, and also I have like a scoop of all these different vitamins, and I shake it up, and it's really good. And so yeah, y'all, my cheat is gummy vitamins, but I don't like having gummy vitamins because I just like not like having anything inside of me for obvious reasons. So yeah, but fasting is definitely important, and I'm planning on fasting all the way through the end of this year. Like, I'm still going to the gym and all of that, and I'm not dropping weight. I think the creatine and glutamine help retain my weight, but I plan on being attuned and available for, angelic intervention, or alien intervention, or whatever you want to call it, throughout this whole process, because I want to be able to see this with my intuitive mind. And I know that living in a fasted state will enable you to do this. Not will, but living in a fasted state gives you heightened intuition. So anyways, you guys, I know that I've been yapping along for a minute. Oh my gosh, it's been an hour. So anyways, I thank you for letting me talk about this, because it's important not to be selfish, and we're about to go into a time where if you do make it through to the end, this is like a movie. It's like a crazy movie where like only few of us are going to make it to the end. But if you do make it to the end, then congratulations, and also take care of people. Don't be like, put your money to work, but take care of people too. All right, y'all. Love you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I really appreciate you letting me yap. Okay. Bye.